Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Edwin Edebiri, and I am the Chief Happiness Officer with the I Am Happy Project and also the Happy Neighborhood Project. I want to welcome you to our Happy Monday call. And the purpose of this is very simple, is to get your week started on a foundation of happiness. There are a lot of folks who struggle with Monday, but not here in the Happy Neighborhood world. So we thank you for joining us. Last week we talked about entrepreneurship and happiness. And those are folks who've kind of stepped out in faith to control their own destiny. And this morning, folks, I'm going to be covering the other side of that. And this is and so today, folks, we are going to focus on your career and happiness. Yes, your career and happiness. And to kind of help me really dig into that is Pete Small. Pete is a board-certified executive and career coach. Now, he has over 2 decades of experience in program design, staff management, fostering individual and group change. So he knows a thing or two about career. So, Pete, welcome to the call.
Thank you, Edwin. Happy Monday to you as well.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yeah. So let's dive right into it, because when we are talking about career, how do you define that in the realm of happiness?
Yeah, I think that is exactly the right question to start with. How do I define career and happiness? Happiness is such a big word in our culture, and it means so many things to different people. And often I think we think about happiness as that momentary fleeting thing that we have, the happiness we feel after a good meal or on a beautiful sunny day. And I might think of that more as a pleasure. And I think one of the things that people get into is they get into a struggle because they believe that they need that type of happiness all of the time. Rather, I think it's more effective to think of happiness in terms of that inner calm, that contentment that we can have, so that we are at a sense of peace with ourselves. And from that perspective, we can accept that pleasure is a fleeting thing. It comes in moments and leaves. And so when we have pleasure, we can live in it and fully enjoy it because we know it's going to pass. But we can do the same for pain as well. We know that it comes and it is fleeting, and we can survive through it because it will pass. So when I talk about happiness within the career, I talk about that sense of inner calm and contentment that allows you to be at peace in your career, to know you're on the right path, and you can live through all the moments that surface.
Wow, I totally agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. And I think in that case, somebody can tap into their happiness all the time, okay? So that is so cool. Now, here is the other thing, though, and I hear this a lot because I've had the opportunity to kind of speak at different forums. A lot of people believe that being happy at work means finding, and I quote, one true calling, and then quote. Right. But is that the only way to be happy?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it's that struggle with the question of, do you do what you love versus loving what you do? And you're right, a lot of people believe that they have to find that one true passion and turn it into a career. And, I'll give you an example. I have a great and wise friend of mine. He is a sculptor and a painter, and yet his job, he works doing basically data management. And I've talked to him about this, and he told me that, he can work 4 days a week. He has his Fridays to just do his art. And when I asked him, why wouldn't you turn your art into a career? He said to me, why would I do that? I love my art. Why do I want to be dependent upon it for money that creates a pressure, and it might ruin the thing that I love? And I thought that was such an insightful way of looking at things. And I think the key is rather to do what you do well and that can support you. And if you do what you do well and learn how to love doing that, perhaps for many people that is their one true passion, and it aligns well with what they do well and can support themselves with. But for most of us, it doesn't turn out that way, in which case, find the thing that you do well and you can support yourself with, learn to love that, and then pursue your passions in other areas. That can consistently lead to more happiness than people chasing after a one true calling that may never materialize.
Wow, I think I remember Martin Luther King saying, if you are like a garbage collector, be the best garbage collector in the world, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And in other words, do what you do with passion. It doesn't have to be your passion, you know?
Exactly.
Wow, I like that. All right. So are there any factors that seem particularly related to happiness on the job?
Yeah, I can think of two. The first one is I think you need to know your own values. And what I do a lot in coaching is help people explore their values, their personal and their work values, and look for the language, because those values are already there embedded, whether they realize them or not. And once you understand your core values, you can begin to evaluate, am I living them at work? And if I'm not, how can I do a better job of living those values? And I think that definitely drives towards happiness. The other one is I strive to help people find a balance between the me and the us. And what I mean by that is the me is figuring out what do I need at work and how do I meet that? And what's the value that I bring to work, the stuff that is unique that I bring that's so helpful. And then the us is really the team. What does my team need at work? And what are the values that each member of the team bring? I think if you can find that balance of valuing yourself and your own skills and valuing others and their skills and working together in that way, that brings a great deal of happiness to work as well.
And I just want to emphasize that a little bit, Pete, because I think that is so crucial, because what I'm hearing from you, it removed the need to compare.
Yes.
So,
right.
so you can be you, but you can also be us, and you can be individual, and you can also be team. I think that's very powerful.
And I appreciate you saying that, because it is about removing the need to compare. It's about being able to appreciate the way that I am unique and different, and that's okay, but also seeing me as part of a working machine.
Absolutely. All right. Wow, this is going so quickly. I mean, I never fully know what to expect when I have my guests here, and I think that's a beautiful thing for me, because it really expands happiness in the sense of it. So I am so excited, that people can truly put passion into whatever it is they are doing, instead of always looking for doing what they are passionate about. Now, if you find something you are passionate about, that's awesome. But whatever you are doing, folks, you can put passion into it. That is exciting. So, Pete, what is one thing our listener could do today, right now, to improve their happiness at work?
Yeah, I think one thing is I would suggest that folks want to ask themselves the following question: what do I love most about what I do? And then, how can I do more of that at work? Often I think people focus on the opposite side. What is it that I hate at work, and how do I do less of that? And the problem with that is that perspective is then the glass is half empty instead of half full. You're focused on the negative, and that can make people discouraged and bring them down. And there's always going to be things you don't like at work. I prefer think about the things that you love most, and how can you do more of them? Because also bosses get tired of employees complaining about, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. But they love it if you come to them and say, this is great, I'm so good at this, can I do more of it? Can you give me more opportunities for this? So find the things that you love and seek ways to do more of them. And I'm actually going to cheat and add another one. I think another great thing you can do is to try to notice the talent in others. We can be very us-focused. And when we're focused on ourselves and me, we get stuck in ourselves and we lose that sense of connection. So you might take an effort to look around you at every single person you work with and ask yourself, what is the unique talent this person has? What is the unique talent that person has? And then how do you help them draw it out? And if you get focused on helping others discover and draw out and recognize and be recognized for their own talents, those folks will feel more connected to you. They will feel more joy at work. You will feel more joy at work. And it will bring a collaborative atmosphere and a sense of strength to your team. So I would say those two things could be very practical things people could do right away that could improve their happiness.
Wow, that is powerful. And I want to kind of sum it up this way. I think love attracts and hate distracts. Would you agree?
That is such a great way of saying that, Edwin. I think that's right. Love attracts and hate distracts.
It distracts. So every Monday, folks, if you just focus on what you love about your job, you cannot wait to get to work. And I think that would have accomplished our job of Happy Monday. And love is just such a powerful attraction. Pete, I want to thank you very much. Folks, I'm telling you, if you want to hear more of what Pete does, Pete is one of our feature coach. You should by now have downloaded the app. If you have not, it's very easy for you, happybuttonapp.com, and on your smartphone or your tablet, and you can download it. It doesn't matter whether you're on iPhone or Android, it can help you. Download the app and look for Pete Small, folks, and he can definitely help to make you love your work more. And also on our website, IamHappyProject.org, under feature coaches, you can find Pete. Reach out to him, and definitely he can make your work more lovely and help you put more passion into what you do. Pete, I want to say thank you one more time for that wisdom.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Edwin. Thank you for having me on.
All right. And, folks, before we go, our tradition, if you already mute yourself, please unmute yourself. If you press *6, press *6 again. And let's together, folks, wish each other a happy Monday at the count of 2. So 1, 2.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. All right. Thank you very much. And you guys stay happy.